Hail and welcome back to When the Night Comes. I'm Agent of Mischief. Let's jump on in. Today we were going to be playing the last of the mini-stories, which is Halloween. Full disclosure, I did record this episode already. However, it only had sound and no visuals. So I'm re-recording it about a week later. So really no surprises for me anymore, but hopefully you guys still enjoy it. Okay, let's get on in then. I think I can safely say that tonight has been the busiest patrol I've ever witnessed. Every hunter in Lunaris has been assigned to work, and though I criticized the plan when August brought it up in one of our meetings, I'm currently eating my words. And also dirt. A demon, part goat, part goblin, is currently sitting on my back and trying to bury my head in the ground. This is the fourth hostile creature I've encountered tonight, and it isn't even 9 o'clock yet. My weapon is too far away from where I got snatched during the battle. My trusty academy dagger is within arm's reach. This bleeding bastard is too preoccupied with shoving my face in the dirt to notice when I reach out and grab it. He sure notices when I ram it into his eye, however. Jesus! The noise he makes as he jumps back could very well be mistaken for a farmyard massacre, and I quickly get to my feet in advance before he gets a chance to gather his wits. My fists will have to do. I wipe mud from my face, ready myself for impact, his hooves flying as he finally tears the dagger and eyeball free and lunges. I roll out of his way and swipe at his legs on the landing, sending him tumbling to the ground in a heap of matted fur. He's done for now, and I think he knows it. His head comes off easier than I anticipated despite me using the tiny dagger. I can't celebrate, though, because I suddenly find myself covered in the disgusting black ichor and guts that his body bursts into. Didn't know that they did that. Fuck. Well, that's unfortunate. I stand, my senses screaming at me that there's another creature nearby, but I'm too frazzled to focus properly. Then I see him.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
I look down at myself and sigh. For better and for worse, right? Finn hums and stops a good few meters away from me, his nose crinkly in disgust, his sweet smile swiftly fading.
Sorry, my love, but you smell like rotting flesh and goat. I won't be coming closer.
I grin and his eyes widen in horror. He might be a vampire, but my reflexes are still sharp, and I launch myself into his unwilling arms. Though when I lift me, he certainly doesn't protest. I got his cool jacket all grubby. After an indulgent moment, he takes me by the shoulders and moves me back a few inches, looking down his coat to check for damage. It's black blood. It'll come out in the wash, dear. Is it not worth it? He grunts and wrinkles his nose in my wicked smile. I do enjoy pushing his buttons, and I know he can't resist me. He sighs and rolls his eyes, releasing me and wiping his hands off on his trousers.
You're always worth it, my love. Now, please go stand over there. The smell really is unbearable.
I oblige. I've claimed my prize after all. What are you doing out here? I have at least another 6 hours on the clock. He grunts and inclines his head towards the tree line where I spot a series of red eyes glowing fiercely in the darkness. Willenheim summoned us, said they need all hands on deck. Fucking Halloween. Finn scoffs and holds up his fingers as if he's about to wag it at me. He thinks better of it when I give him the look.
Halloween is a day of peace for creatures. It's this, the night before Halloween, where we get all riled up. The thought of being good for a day sends us into a spiral, it would seem.
It would seem, yes. And what about you? Are you feeling riled up? He chuckles darkly, taking a tentative step closer.
I have other ways of relieving such tensions and urges.
But not until I bathe, right? He winks and steps back, disappearing in the tree line until he's nothing more than a pair of golden eyes. See you at home. I wave in his general direction and assess my situation. I come to the conclusion that it blows. Again, fucking Halloween. When I wake, I find myself alone. I sit up and squint in the candlelight, searching the room for my bedmate. Finn? I was so tired when I arrived back home that I left a trail of bloodied, muddied clothes and weapons on the bedroom floor, but they've been removed. I don't even remember falling asleep, let alone seeing him. I suspect it's already morning, and And so instead of falling back into blissful, well-deserved sleep, I drag myself from the comfort of the sheets and begin my day. Once I'm dressed, I find a lovely folded note waiting for me upon the desk, a tiny bundle of lavender tucked into the string that binds it. Meeting with the clan. If I don't see you before, I'll see you at the party. Might need you to help me with the final touch of my costume, though. Love you, F. As I do with every note he leaves me, I tuck it in the lavender in my pocket before I head out. The streets are busier than usual, and as I head into town, I see that the market is full to the brim with townsfolk. There are stalls overflowing with pumpkins and lovingly crafted decorations, and I see a number of giggling children dressed up in colorful costumes, gleefully stuffing toffee apples into their faces. That sounds delightful. I want some toffee apples. I swear I even see one child that looks like he's taken inspiration from Alcar. Two perfect little wolf ears sitting on top of his tiny head and a fluffy tail swinging behind him as he jumps and roars with his friends. I can never tell him. His ego will explode. I don't recall Lunaris celebrating Halloween in such a manner when I arrived last year, but then I suppose a looming sense of dread and multiple unexplained murders would dampen anyone's festive spirit. I smile to myself as I approach Ezra's shop. He's gone all out, the front porch adorned with oversized spiders and grinning pumpkins, and when I push open the door... The bell jingles merrily to announce my presence, and I'm shocked to find this shop as busy as I've ever seen it. Ezra stands behind the counter with flushed cheeks and politely hands over a neatly packed bag of goods to his waiting customer. He has the most perfect pointed witch's hat perched atop his head. He's the most authentic witch any trick-or-treater will ever see. The customer departs and his shoulders slump as he exhales. Good morning. Oh, Raven, I didn't see you come in. Good morning. Welcome to the chaos. I love his hat. I love his cloak. You seem a little overwhelmed. He smiles pointedly at the man who swiftly ushers a small child away from a very real human skull. Today is one of the busiest days of the year for me, but unfortunately not many people actually buy anything. It's all a gimmick to them, even though there's real magic in their lives. He straightens up, his eyes wide as they fall into the child's grabby hands. They make a beeline for the dark arts section. Please, sir, that's the occult section. I don't really recommend touching those books. He lowers his voice, his next words only for me. Unless he wants his kid to spew fire. I offer him a sympathetic smile. Do you need any assistance? I have the day off. Not to worry. I've roped Alcar into helping. He's quite good at stopping the children from touching things they shouldn't. He should be here by now, but I'm sure he'll be along shortly. I just hope he doesn't bring Omen. Candy I have ready won't last a second in his presence. I grimace and think about the potential for distasteful there. Omen also has a habit of setting fire to things when he's hopped up on sweets. Did you need anything today? I just need a quick refill of some potions before my shift tomorrow, if you don't mind. It would be my pleasure. Come on. Hester smiles and ushers me towards his potion cabinets and immediately begins to mix my usual order. I watch him work. The smell of herbs and the strange magical substances he uses is a comfort to me now, and I get ready to leave the shop fully stocked up on bombs and repellents. As ringing up my order, Alcar strines in Sans Demon. Morning. Afternoon, actually. You're late, my friend. Ezra winks and wants up to deal with customer, and Alcar's shoulders sag, his tail drooping pathetically. You disappointed Ezra, but that feels good. Oh man, I'd rather have a knife stuck in my foot. I pat him on the shoulder. There, matey. I laugh at his defiant scowl and wave at both him and Ezra as I depart. I've apparently got a vampire to assist with this costume. The night of Halloween is blissfully quiet in Lunaris, much to my shock and horror. The children are all tucked away in their beds, their trick-or-treating being done in the daytime thanks to their savvy parents. Despite the distinct lack of monsters looking for a fight tonight, I still don't like the thought of kids wandering around like walking treat targets. It's a perfect evening. The stars are stark and plenty against a clear canopy of pitch black, and I walk hand in hand with Finn as we head to the wolf. Definitely no signs of demons deciding to break the rules. That's good. It's painfully adorable how invested he is in Halloween, as evidenced by his completely over the top, and might I add, stereotypical vampire costume. He's still gotta have his titties out, of course. Though frankly, he looks delicious. Why do you love this silly holiday so much? It's my favorite too, shut up. He offers me a toothy grin and takes me by the shoulder, stopping me in my tracks as he fixes me with those pretty golden eyes. Because, my love, Halloween is the one night where people tend to let us be ourselves.
I understand the large majority of us don't deserve to be revered or respected, with all the incessant slaughtering of humankind and trying to take over the world.
But they also dress up like us, which I personally think is very funny. Is that why you're dressed like that? He feigns offense, but I know he loves it. Oh, Brasnik. I just like the drama, don't you? He swishes his cape. Again, he's adorable. Absolutely, it suits you. Oh, didn't you say you know you needed me to help you finish your costume? His eyes light up and he takes my hand, spinning me around towards our favorite headstone. We spent many nights here just sitting in the grass amongst the dead, watching the stars and talking about life. And, other things too. I can't get my costume dirty, Finnegan. He tuts and crowds close, pressing me back against the cool stone. His gaze burns into mine. Despite his distaste of what I implied, I'm not getting the impression that I'm wrong.
I just thought that, in the interest of being authentic, you should let me have a little taste.
He pokes the corner of his mouth where a garish streak of fake blood trails his chin. What do you say, love? I'll wear it with pride. I have zero objections to this proposal. Just please don't do the accent. Oh, I'm gonna.
I want to suck your...
I clamp my hand over his mouth, my eyes wide with horror, but my smile betraying me. When I slowly remove my hand, he bites his lip. I bare my throat with a welcoming smile, a cool iron finger reaching out to trail the pulse to my trail the path to my jugular. He told me before how he could see the pulse of my veins when he's about to feed, how my body learns to bend, beckoning him closer. I close my eyes and he kisses me deeply. He then peppers a trail from my lips to my throat before he finds his favorite spot. I fist the front of his shirt as his fangs sink into the flesh. The initial intrusion painful but familiar, and I welcome the burst of pleasure that follows. He holds me close, fingertips firm against my waist as he drinks. The satisfied little noises he makes only serving to make the experience that much more euphoric. When he's taken enough for me not to be affected, he leaves his tongue over the marks to soothe and heal the wound, and we're both left sated, albeit in different ways. He draws back, his eyes brighter than they were before, and the red that streaks his lips and coats his teeth is now mine. He sucks his fangs clean and cups his palm to my jaw. Are you okay? I hum and press a kiss to the corner of his mouth, the not bloody side. Very, yes.
Must we attend this party? We could stay here and wake the dead instead.
I playfully push him away, despite how tempting that offer sounds, and I begin walking towards the streets. Don't you want to show off your costume? He pouts for a moment, but his defiance doesn't last long. He follows me dutifully, running so that his cape floats behind him. We set off for the wolf, our laughter echoing off the gravestones we leave behind. The moment we enter the wolf, I feel August's icy gaze upon me. Finn shudders as they descend. I elbow him in the side in warning, and he snickers gleefully, straightening up as they approach. And I see his eyes widen almost comically. What? Oh my god, I have to go. He swiftly slips away and makes a beeline for the table where Piper is noisily arm wrestling an Alcar. I love their outfit. I want that cloak. Also, it's nice to see them with their hair down for once. Raven. I turn and finally find August standing before me, and I'm now able to see that they actually bothered to wear a costume of some kind. But this could very well just be something they had lying around in their closet if I know August. August, you look amazing. What if you don't mind me asking, what are you supposed to be? They clear their throat, and I notice pink creeping into their cheeks.
Oh, it's just, a character from, some silly book I read is all. Are you staying for long?
I shrug and gesture the crowd that gathers around Piper, who yells victoriously while Alcar rubs his elbow. As long as we all survive Piper, I suppose. Ah, yes, I've already turned down her offer of a rematch after last time. She pointed her cutlass at me rather threateningly, though. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that, I'm sure nothing terrible will happen, despite the whole week. Swear we're good, we're Halloween's. I'm sure nothing will happen despite the whole week swear we're going to be good on a Halloween spiel. There are creatures in attendance, the non-friendly kind. August glances aside and makes eye contact with a particularly convincing human, but they certainly can't fool me. A cleverly disguised creature turns away, apparently knowing what's good for them. Right, I'm sure it'll be fine. Surely they won't try anything with Lunaris' finest in attendance. I hear Piper telling again, and when I look, it's Finn who slides away defeated. Should that be yelling, maybe? I'm not sure. August frowns deeply. Yes, Lunaris is finest indeed. The door to the tavern opens behind me, and I see August's eyes light up at whoever enters. They smile brightly, as overtly happy as I think I've ever seen them. Please excuse me, my, date has arrived. Go, enjoy your time together. Everything will be fine. They offer me a grateful smile and squeeze my shoulder as they pass, and I can't help but feel the joy for them as I turn and watch their handsome diplomat reel them in for a crushing hug. I find Spence looking in the corner, Piper giving him a pep talk.
Merriman, I've told you before, I cannot use my full strength on you or I will snap your arm like a twig, no matter how strong you believe yourself to be.
Bullshit, just admit you lost and I'll drop it. Tell him, Raven. I hiss through clenched teeth, not really wanting to get on either of their bad sides as this one. It's a lose-lose. You are both very, very strong.
I'll remember this. Bloody traitors.
And then she's gone. She terrifies me. She's a fierce woman, the best of the best. If I'm scared of her, then you know she's gonna do something right. Now can we please leave? We've only just arrived. He shrugs and takes my hand and says, looking at me with those pretty eyes. I promise I will make it worth your while. There are too many demons here, and my nostrils can't take it. I sigh because I can't resist him, and there's definitely a weird vibe in here with a strange mix of humans, good creatures, and creatures trying to be good. Finn makes his Gleeno when I tug him towards the door. The moment the door closes behind us, Finn sets his sights on me. He begins to untie his cape. I reach out and stop him, shaking my head. The cape can stay. Oh ho! He grabs my wrist and yanks me closer, and then he proceeds to deftly peel off his shirt, the cape remaining in place just as requested. I would laugh, but it's incredible how well he pulls it off. Dead but delicious. You actually like it, don't you? It's hard not to, really. You're annoyingly good looking. My ancestors would be so proud. He flutters his eyelashes and grabs me under the waist, holding me close as we tumble back onto the bed. I'm laying on top of him, my legs astride his waist, and he looks up at me with that shiny reverence I've become so painfully fond of.
Come here.
I oblige, leaning into our lips to meet, Finn's cool, clever fingers sliding beneath the crumpled fabric to find my bare back. I shiver against him. Has it been a happy Halloween, dear hunter? He smiles, dragging his hands lower, lower still. It's about to be. Okay, well, I guess that's it. That's the end of the minisode, and I think that's the end of the series here. If you've enjoyed the game, if you've enjoyed the characters, if you enjoyed the video, what have you, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It would be really awesome if you would. My channel is so small, it could use all the help it could get. And also, it would be especially awesome if you could leave a comment. I love getting comments. I read them all, I promise. Even if I don't respond, I've read it. And I guess I will see you guys, not in the next video of this, but in another series perhaps. Goodbye.